We are live. Welcome to the Hotep Jesus channel. Once again, folks, I have a very special guest with me here today from YuTuCoin. We're here to talk crypto, YouTube censorship, and the whole nine. Shawn, what's up, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling fantastic. I really appreciate you having me on, my friend.
Where are you right now?
I'm in Canada, just north of Toronto.
Are you a Canadian?
I am, yes, sir. Born and bred.
Nice. Canadians saving the Americans. I love it.
Working together with our cousins, my friend, like we have to do always.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. So we're in this strange space of YouTube censorship, and YuTuCoin has reached out to me. And just to give a little bit of context before we continue this conversation, tell the people what YuTuCoin is.
So essentially what we are is we're a platform that seeks to disintermediate the big corporations. As you mentioned very astutely, there's a lot of things going on. Adpocalypse, YouTube is demonetizing channels by the thousands, and this is affecting the entertainers that we all love, the guys that make us laugh, the guys that make us cry, and the guys and gals that make us, laugh and cry and think and have fun. The world's sort of moving away from the traditional cable television, entertainment model. And so we want to be a big part of that. And so with the recent, demonetization, censorship issues that are going on in some of the bigger social platforms, we see a real market and an opportunity for us to bring content creators and their fans directly together and transact and support each other. Without us, the big corporation, getting in the middle and taking the biggest piece of the pie. So with blockchain technology, which, one of the core values of blockchain technology is being censorship resistance. So with some of those things, we can really bring the community back together. We can disintermediate some of those mega corporations. And you know what? Get that money back into the hands of the guys that are doing the work and having the fun. So if you can put together content, if you can publish that content somewhere and you can drive fans to our site, then both the YouTubers and the fans can then interact. And the way I sort of describe things when I'm asked about the project is, I sort of say it's very similar to a traditional stock market, but with our take on it and with a blockchain take on it. And what we do is we replace the corporations and the businesses with YouTubers, and we replace the investors and the shareholders with fans, and we replace the shares that the companies release with an alt token, a virtual alt token for each individual YouTuber. So fans can then go ahead and buy those tokens from the YouTuber directly, which enriches the YouTuber, allows him to continue and flourish his business in whatever manner he sees best. Sorry, I keep saying he, I mean he or she sees best fit.
Be careful, we're in the age of feminism.
Listen, man, I'm just trying to be cool. Us Canadians are always polite, my friend. I think we're overly polite sometimes. So yeah. I do apologize. In whatever way that YouTuber sees fit to run their business. So that's sort of the basic concept. There's a tremendously large amount of things that are on the side of that and go to complement that and everything else. But at the core of it, that's sort of what YouTuCoin is.
So there's going to be, I guess, some sort of, I wouldn't say leaderboard, but people will come and see which YouTube creator is more valuable than the next?
Yes, absolutely. Very similar to a traditional stock exchange. So we'll have somebody that would sit in Apple's position and somebody that would sit in Microsoft's position. The great thing. Sorry.
So let's say I come in and I buy me. Let's say I come in and I buy me, and then like a lot of people buy me. The value of my tokens, the Hotep Jesus YuTuCoin, would then be worth more than somebody else's?
Yes, that's the goal of our platform. Market forces will drive the value of each of the YouTubers' tokens. So if you can drive more users to our platform to purchase those tokens, supply and demand and market forces will take over. Again, the whole thing about censoring and controlling any of those types of things, that's not what we're about. We're crypto enthusiasts. The whole team is, hardcore crypto enthusiasts, and that censorship resistance is a big part of our core philosophy as a community. So the reality of it is, we just don't want to get in the middle of that. The market will determine, how valuable your token is.
So I guess this token can only be purchased through you guys. It's not
Essentially,
going to be on an exchange or anything like that.
Okay, so in order for us to have this unique position within the market, what we're going to do, and it comes down to the mining aspect of it as well, which is an extremely unique thing within the cryptocurrency world. There's many types of ways to mine new coins, proof of work, proof of stake, master nodes. There's just many different varieties. What we envision developing and what we've come up with for our idea is a virtual miner and virtual tokens. And in this regards, in order to be able to participate within mining of these tokens or shares, as you can interchange those two words, there's no barrier of entry. One of the biggest problems that the crypto community has is in the last 6 years is getting hardware to mine Bitcoins. When I first started in 2012, I mined my very first Bitcoin on a little $75 GPU. Now, I could have bought a lot more Bitcoins for the $75 I paid. It wasn't the greatest investment. But at the end of the day, that personally is what drove me into the cryptocurrency scene. And the ability for you to mine your own coins as somebody sitting in your house is very attractive, so that everybody can participate and be a part of the system. Bitcoin's gone away from that with the ASIC hardware that we have now. And so the problem with getting into mining Bitcoins is there's a very high barrier of entry in terms of cost to get involved. So one of the things that we wanted to do is bring back that participation at the home miner level and the supporter level, so that those supporters can be enriched by mining those shares and selling those shares of their favorite YouTubers. And so with that, we sort of see the market, again, the market sort of playing the big factor in determining what the price of those shares end up being.
Interesting. We have a super chat from Elizabeth Luker. Elizabeth, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. You're always good to me. She says, always a fun chat, Shawn. Thanks, brother, for all that you're fighting for this battle with us. It's truly a worldwide battle, good versus evil. Love you, Hotep. Thank you, Elizabeth. Love you, too. If anybody wants to ask any questions, go ahead and just pop a super chat in there. So, Shawn, next question I want to ask you is this. What's the value when we IPO? What's the value of the coin going to be in USD?
Again, that's something that'll be, directly determined by the market forces. I'm asked that question quite often. What we hope is that it'll list on the exchanges very close to what our phase 3 ICO pricing is going to be. And right now we're in our pre-ICO pricing. A single YuTuCoin is worth 5 cents. In our first phase, it's worth 10 cents. In the second phase, it's worth 15 cents. In the last phase, it's worth 20 cents. So we're very hopeful that we can control in terms of the airdrops, as we call them in our community, so that we don't have a big dump on exchanges. The ICOs have a big problem where they give away a lot of free tokens and then they're dumped immediately on exchanges as soon as they're listed. And we're sort of trying to balance that line between giving away free tokens and yet maximizing our advertising ability. And so reaching out to guys like yourself is really helping us to get out there and get the word out. And so that's sort of where we're headed.
This must be a complicated project to manage.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, the entire crypto scene is a complicated scene to manage in and of itself. Fortunately, the crypto scene has come a really long way. And fortunately, I'm part of a community, Bitcoin Talk, which is the largest crypto forum in the world at this time. And I'm part of that community, and I've met some tremendously intelligent, hardworking people. At this point, we are a completely grassroots organization. Everything the 8 of us are doing is all sweat equity to put into the company, and we do it because we're passionate about the community about the cause and about the project. Of course, we're not trying to say that this is something we're doing out of complete and utter charity. Our goal is to create a profitable business that is sustainable for many, many decades to come. We're asking people to invest in our idea and our team. And one of our focuses and one of our highest priorities, at least me personally, falls directly under my umbrella, is ensuring that our investors are protected and that they have the best chance of attaining a reasonable, positive return on their investment. So having a great idea is awesome, but you need marketing, you need a business plan, and you need somebody to look out for the investors and protect the investors' money and their interest. And so those are things that we all have to balance as a team. Yeah, you're right. It is tremendously challenging, especially on a bootstrap grassroots budget type thing. This is why, of course, we've reached out to the community and are producing our ICO in the hopes that other people will see and understand the cause, embrace the platform, and help us to explain it to their viewers and their supporters.
Got a $15 super chat here from Julie B. Julie B, thank you. I appreciate you, man. If you guys want to ask questions, you can ask questions with those super chats too. So, Shawn, your role with this company, are you the founder, or what's your role here?
I'm the Chief Operating Officer.
Oh, you're the CEO?
COO, sorry.
COO, I'm sorry, COO.
Yes. The founder is another gentleman. He's actually an American fella. And I again met him on Bitcoin Talk. He's sort of a legendary scam buster on that site. He's been around the scene since 2011, and his motto, for the last 7 years on the site has been to try and protect the community at large the best way he can from some of the large number of nefarious actors that our community has attracted, along with being very much for freedom of speech. Comes certain trade-offs. And so when you allow people to say whatever they want, they do say whatever they want. And so, you have to really sort of be hardened to be part of the community. And he's been a leader in the community in terms of trying the best he can to identify the straight up scams and help protect the community members. So that's where I first encountered the founder of the organization, Bruno. And when he presented this idea in the form of a thread on the forum, I read the thread. I had seen his character, on the site many times, and it interested me. And so I became a small investor, and conversations happened back and forth between him and myself. And one day he just basically said, listen, he says, you're talking about this every day and all the time and giving me all these ideas, are you interested in becoming part of the project? And from there, we just discussed where I might best fit in. And that's where it happened. But like I said, I mean, this is all a passion-driven thing, and we are very grassroots. We all, just believe in this and want to get this thing going and get the word out there.
Excellent. Can people purchase this pre-ICO?
Yes, absolutely. You can go to our website right now and buy them at 5 cents. It's a tremendous deal. We also have our virtual miners on sale. Getting whitelisted will allow you a little bit of a discount, not a little bit of a discount, a nice discount coming up. So there's a tremendous amount of incentives to go to our website currently and support us. We would love that.
What is the virtual miner?
It's called a pack. And so essentially what it is each of the verified content creators that are on our site, like yourself, will create a sort of a ticker symbol in relation to the traditional stock exchange. And you will then have a pool of 100 slots. And anyone that owns one of these virtual miners can then say, okay, I want to mine on Hotep Jesus pool. And so he points his miner at your pool if there's an available slot. And that's how the shares are initially distributed. That's the mechanism in order for the YouTubers and the miners to create these new shares, so that we're not just creating them and giving them to whoever we want because we like them or because we like what they're saying. Again, this is the supporters deciding who gets the shares or when they get the shares. And that's how the mechanism for release, decentralized and censorship resistant. So that's how we get the shares in the hands of these. And you purchase the miner from us, and then it's in your account. We allow you to point it at any YouTuber's pool that they want to do, and then go ahead and create those yalts for those miners. So those are available on the site.
How much does the miner cost?
Right now they're $10 US for a miner.
How does that work though? So is this like a physical device or?
No, see, that's the thing that's really unique about our idea and our concept is that it literally is a virtual miner. We don't want people to have to plug their computer in and leave it running 24/7 or buy a specific piece of hardware. Normal everyday guy doesn't want to do that, man. But you know what? If I can go to a site, put $10 on and point it to a site, come back a few days later and see some of my shares of Hotep Jesus' channel in my wallet, and then I can list those on an exchange. Well, that user is now that user base is now 150 times larger than it was just a couple of minutes ago. And you don't have. Sorry, go ahead.
So any average Joe can come purchase a virtual miner from you guys, start mining these YuTuCoins, and then just start making money, really.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't explain it. Yeah, okay. Sorry. You know what? You asked the question earlier, and I think I sort of got past it. I got off on another topic, which I tend to do. The exact mechanism of it is the packs, the miners, the virtual miners will hook up to any of the pools. They'll mine those shares. They get distributed to the YouTuber and the miner. At that point, they're able to list them on our proprietary in-house exchange, and they're able to exchange them for our ERC20 Ethereum token, YTC. And what you're buying right now is the YTC. So the virtual tokens stay on our platform in your wallet on our platform. Those tokens are then traded for YTC, which is the Ethereum token. And then you can take that Ethereum token off-site to any exchange of your preference and change them for Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum or Monero, whatever your flavor of choice is these days.
Because it's built off the Ethereum blockchain, basically.
Correct.
So you're basically trading Ethereum on one of these other exchanges.
Yeah, for our native token once it gets listed. And then, like I say, once you have our native token, you can then bring it to our exchange and exchange it for the shares back and forth.
So what exchanges are going to accept YuTuCoin?
You know what? That's a great question. We're working on partnerships every day. The reality of it is it's very difficult to approach a lot of these exchanges because of the state that we're in, because we're pre-ICO and we haven't had, development. So contacting those exchanges is a priority more Q1 2019, that type of a time frame. We are hoping to be launching the beta version of the project in Q1 of 2019. So as soon as the beta version goes live, marketing and internal compliance department can start to reach out to some of the exchanges and just see what it's going to take to get us listed where.
Interesting. So I just want to clear up some of the murky details that the average person might have about this thing, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to repeat some things back to you and tell me where I'm wrong. A person can come to YuTuCoin and they can purchase YuTuCoins pre-ICO, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when they purchase YuTuCoins ICO, they cannot yet trade those on exchanges, not until after ICO, correct?
Correct.
Okay,
but
cool.
It is an Ethereum ERC20 token.
What does that mean?
It's on the Ethereum blockchain, where there's a smart contract that's been drafted and released to the Ethereum blockchain. It's been accepted, and the tokens have been created. They can be sent to any Ethereum wallet at this point. But because none of the exchanges have, chosen to use our contract yet, they're not listed on exchanges. But the tokens exist on the Ethereum blockchain.
Okay, so they exist on the Ethereum blockchain, but technically you can't do anything with them yet.
Correct.
The only thing we can do is use them in Q1 2019.
That's the plan at this point. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And that's the nature of the ICO and the cryptocurrency world. It's we are looking for investors. We're not looking for get rich quickers. We're looking for people that really do believe in the cause. They're going to have to wait some time to see a return on their investment. No question about it.
Yeah, I'm sure people are familiar with that. um, stock tickers or token tickers. Is there a character limit? How does that work? I'm trying to make sure I get my mine in now.
I had an interview last night with a fella named Bitboy, awesome fella, and he said, "Hey, can my ticker symbol be Bitcoin?"
Mm.
And so we had a bit of a chuckle, and so we'll have to have a later conversation on that. Right now, the character limit is 8. But we accept a tremendous amount of variety. They can be colored, they can be, smaller and larger fonts and different fonts and things like that. Unlike the traditional stock exchange, where it's just block letters and it's 4 number letters and characters and that's it. So yeah, let your imagination run wild. We'd love to sort of help anybody that wants some suggestions and to bounce some ideas off us. But yeah, it's your brand. And we really are about promoting you guys as a brand and as a company. The more successful you are, the more successful we are. Let's not kid each other here, right? We're trying to create a community where we can all benefit.
What's the split between YuTuCoin and the creators?
Sorry, you mean how many of the team is taking?
Yes.
So it's, I believe, 10% of the tokens were allocated for the team. Those tokens are not going to be distributed in a one-time shot at the beginning of it. Those tokens are designated as part of long-term disbursements to the team members. So we're trying to incentivize the team as much as we can with a certain amount, so that they're paid for their sweat equity and things. But we certainly don't want to incentivize them to have a big pile of them and dump them on the market, creating a downforce on the market. We're really not trying to create any whales that can sort of control the waters on us and put things outside of the market forces. That's a tremendous concern for us and focus for us, and we're doing everything we can to alleviate that possibility.
All right. So let's say I rack up 100K in YuTuCoins, right? And I want to cash some of those out. How much am I going to be charged to do that by YuTuCoin?
It'll end up being that transaction from YTC to another virtual currency wouldn't happen on our exchange. So that would happen on an external exchange and would obviously be subject to
those fees.
Yeah, subject to the fees on that.
So
platform.
basically, you guys are freeless.
For the YouTubers, there are no fees to incur.
Right.
There will be some transaction fees, with the tokens on our site between the virtual tokens and the YTCs. We are a business. We do have to pay the employees eventually. They're all
Right.
working for free now, but they're not going to do that forever.
Right.
And so those transactions that happen, we'll take a small percentage of those. But the vast majority of that transaction is go directly from the supporters to the YouTubers.
So when somebody comes to purchase, pre-ICO, post-ICO, whatever it may be, there's going to be a fee for that initially, right?
When they sign up,
yeah. When a consumer, a fan
Yeah.
of a creator, there's going to be like some sort of transaction fee for that, right?
well, only the purchasing of the coin itself. To engage within our platform, there's no fee for the user to sign up or the YouTubers to sign up. Come join, get a free account, both you guys, and use our platform. Again,
Now,
we're not charging $4.99 a month like YouTube does for premium content passes.
yeah.
Our site is free to use for everybody, and will remain so as long as I'm part of the team.
So you said there's some sort of fee between the virtual token and YuTuCoin?
Yes, that's where our revenue is generated from.
How does that work?
It'll just be a very small token. It'll just be a very small percentage of that total transaction.
And when does that happen? When does that transaction take place?
So if I'm a supporter of just an average supporter of Hotep, let's say, and I want to buy some Hotep tokens, then I look for a listing on the exchange for Hotep tokens, and I take my YTC. I take one YTC, and I might get 5 Hotep tokens for that. So the person that sold me the HOTEP tokens will receive the U2 token, the YTC, and that exchange just happens there. And now this person that sold his tokens, whether it be you or the miner or some other speculator, because he bought it cheaper and HOTEP's, blowing up the charts, and he's number one now. He's Apple, because he's made it time for his profit to be taken. Whatever that reason for that transaction is, they can go ahead and do that and do that directly rather than asking us for permission and going through us and having us take a piece of it and deciding how much you guys get and how much you don't get.
So you actually don't take a cut of that?
Yeah, we'll take a small fee of that, 0.5% or
okay.
Something very small like that. It won't be where we take 80% and then we take 85% and then we take 90%. And
yeah.
You know where that story's going, right?
Right. So okay, that's not a bad business model to get paid off of the transaction fees and then just taking a nominal amount. That's not bad. I think that's cool. I think the crypto community is very particular.
Yes.
They're very
skeptical. Oh my goodness, man. The community that I'm on, my friend, if you are not careful, I've been on there for 6 years. I'm actually a moderator on the site. It's just taught me a tremendous amount about the whole crypto scene and sort of how to navigate that. I sort of say it's my school of hard knocks. Because I'm telling you, man, if you're not watching your back every second over there, there's 1,000 guys ready to take a nickel out of your pocket, man. The crypto scene is very much, I say it's the Wild West. My avatar on the site, it says, "Welcome to Deadwood." So, I mean, it very much is the Wild West, but that's part of what attracts me to the scene as well, because along with all of those folks trying to get into your pocket, you come across the genuine guy that, really has a great idea that, just is, not really the same as what everybody else wants, but it's a great idea. And he might not get traction in the traditional world. And he comes to our community and he's embraced. And the idea is, worked upon by open source and by groups and communities of people. For me, that's a tremendously appealing thing to be a part of. But you're right. If you're not watching your back every second, man, there's somebody looking to take that nickel out of your pocket, buddy.
So aside from the 10% that the team takes, how many tokens are going to be released?
So we've created 250 million tokens. There's 100 million tokens in the pre-sale ICO. And the last 125 million are designated for, sale. There's 200 million, I think, in the open sale, which is 80% of our issuance. The last 50 million is a 25 million team tokens, and the tokens for our sponsorship program for YouTubers, things like that. It's all listed on the website. But essentially, there's 200 million tokens available in the open buy, the open market coming in the next 4.5 to almost 5 weeks. And any tokens that aren't sold will be burned. So again, this goes back to our investor confidence theory. We don't want to be sitting on, if we don't sell, if we don't sell 200 million tokens, we don't want you guys to think, oh, well, they sold 150 million tokens. What are they going to do with the other 50 million tokens? These guys going to just sell this out the back door and buy Lambos? So for us, that's a big thing. And so what's going to end up happening is every single token that remains unsold is going to be, what we call burned. It's going to be sent to an Ethereum address where the keys, the private keys, are provably unknown. And that happens if we hit our hard cap or if we just don't sell out. We have a $10 million hard cap and a $1 million soft cap, which are both, unique in the ICO market. Everybody asking for $250 million and $100 million soft cap. This is just ridiculous. We can launch our platform and start a business with $1 million. Sure, we'd like to have 10 million. We could do 10 times more with that. But we're realistic and we're trying to start a business here. We're not just trying to grab money. So at the end of the day, sorry, I lost my train of thought. But at the end of the day, in this ICO market, we're trying to set ourselves apart.
So why can't you, if the tokens don't sell pre-ICO, why can't you just put them to the market afterwards?
We could. But the concern, obviously, from an investor standpoint, is that we just sell those out the back door and dump the price of it to make, another $2 million or something for ourselves. And then if we're fortunate enough to get it listed at 20 cents and we start selling these 50 million tokens that are left and nobody knows about it, which unfortunately has happened a million times, which is why the burn mechanism is, firmly in place these days. Then we'd be a whale ourselves. And we're not looking to be a whale. We don't want any whales. We don't want you as a whale unless you're investing in it. If you want to give me $1 million, we'd be happily, give you that corresponding amount of tokens and you can be a whale on it. Because I guarantee you, if you give us $1 million, you're not dumping your tokens, to tank the price. It doesn't make any sense. So that's why we burn those tokens so that the investors can be confident that there's, no chance of us being a whale and doing something nefarious.
Is there anyone on the team that has been involved in a successful ICO?
No, at this point, we're all sort of, I guess you could say ICO virgins, and we're all getting our cherries popped on this one.
Is that good or bad?
To be honest with you, I personally think it's a good thing. When I've looked at ICOs in the past and when I've invested in traditional investing in the past, it'd be fantastic to be able to invest in an all-star team each and every time. But the reality of it is some of the most successful businesses were started in the garage, and they didn't have investment. They were grassroots businesses. You see on any number of the popular investment television shows these days, you hear all these billionaires saying, I invest in people, I invest in people. I'm investing this in, because of you. And so for me, when I look at the team, obviously I'm probably biased and, fortunate that I can speak with the team on a regular basis. But I see a group of highly intelligent, highly passionate people. So for me personally, that makes a really big deal.
Yeah. I'm in marketing, and there's two things I noticed about this business so far that gives me some confidence. One, you hired everybody off of sweat equity.
Yeah.
And the other one is your approach to getting the word out. You're not going the traditional route. You're kind of going, like you said, grassroots. And I think when people do that, they understand business, and especially new business in this new age. Your team, who's on it and what are their roles? So you don't have to say names, but I'm more looking at like what positions have been filled and what do they do?
Yeah, so we have a number of fantastic people from all over the world. Again, I've said a number of times that one of the most amazing side effects for me personally is just meeting people from all over the world. We have a fellow in Australia, we have a fellow in the Philippines, we have a gal in Africa, we have another 2 fellows in Nigeria, and we all get onto the Telegram channel and we chat like we're sitting in the same room. So for me, that social aspect and the cultural aspect is something that I value personally a tremendous amount. I really like that aspect of the project. Now, in terms of what some of these folks do, we have a YouTuber channel manager who's dedicated to managing all of the YouTubers that sort of are embracing our platform.
Community manager, right?
Community manager, so to speak.
Right.
He's tremendously hardworking individual. He's a real go-getter and follows up on everything. It's sort of been a right-hand man to me in terms of the marketing and things like that. We also have a tremendously strong digital marketing team who's working with a virtually non-existent budget and yet still doing a pretty darn good, I should say more than that. They're doing a fantastic job. So we're starting to get the word out there. And I guess the other, part of the team that I'm particularly proud of is the content developer. Bruno, the founder, is a highly intelligent man. And sometimes the line between intelligent and cuckoo bananas is relatively thin. And so when he first presented the idea, it was tremendously difficult to understand. And so when we were able to get in touch with, or when the content developer got in touch with us and was excited and got on board, things really took on a different shape and it became, more manageable and understandable by the average guy. Granted, it's still extremely complicated. And that's part of the things we're hoping our YouTubers, who I think will have a higher level and a higher, incentive to participate and understand it, will then help their fans and supporters understand it as well.
I want to sell YouTube coins right now. Is there an affiliate program?
Absolutely, there is, my friend. We'll send you details. I'll have my YouTuber manager, Gavin, reach out to you and send you the details, buddy.
I need in on that.
Absolutely. We have a sponsorship and an affiliate program, buddy. And I'm telling you right now, Gavin's probably watching, and I'm sure he's typing up that email as we speak, buddy. So you'll see very soon.
Awesome. Gavin, hook me up, man. I'm about to be selling these YouTube coins. Everybody watch, when you see me pushing on Twitter, make sure you get the YouTube coins, man.
Can we, once we get our platform live, can we get you a YuTuCoin robe? Would you do me a favor and wear that on one of your hangouts, brother?
A YouTuCoin robe?
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Put that one in the bag for when we make it, brother.
All right, no doubt. I'm definitely going to rock that. Yeah. That would be an honor. That would be an honor. Any closing thoughts? Anything else you want to leave off before we jet?
You know what? There's probably about 10 million of them, man. So what I'll just say is we're a real passionate team, and we're, focused on, getting the content creators and the fans making money from each other, and just allowing a content creator to create whatever content he wants, publish it wherever he wants. And if somebody wants to listen to it and see it and view it or read it or smell it or whatever the hell they want to do with it, and they can get fans to our site, then we can all support each other, and we can disintermediate those big, nasty mother corporations like Google, and we can take back our money and control our money, and just talk about whatever we want.
Is my content going to live on the website, on the YuTuCoin website?
No, we're not a content hoster. We are
Okay.
going to have a platform for you guys to have your own website where you will be able to upload some videos, some current videos and things like that. And you can really sort of push your brand on our site as well. So we're hoping that, as all of the YouTubers are driving their supporters to our platform, they'll then be exposed to different YouTubers that they haven't seen before. And so we can also help you guys drive your brand, increase your brand, and we can all, make a little bit of crypto from there.
What's your primary social media channel?
Primary social media will be Twitter. I would think that Twitter is probably where we're most active. It's where myself and Gavin are most active. Twitter and Telegram. We have a pretty good size Telegram community building, and we're relatively active on probably those two platforms, which you can reach by just hitting our website anytime.
Okay. Gavin, if you can, send me the Telegram link too, please. I want to get on that Telegram.
Yeah, hurry up, Gavin. I don't know why you got this email already.
I haven't checked it yet. Let me see. Nothing came in yet.
Oh, man.
Is the website YuTuCoin?
It's actually YouTubeopolis.com.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's
when you're ready,
type that in the box. Yep, go ahead.
YuTuBopolis.
YouTubeopolis.
Yes, sir.
.com.
Yes, sir. You got it?
Got it. Why not YuTuCoin.com or something like that?
It will be. The YouTubeopolis is an ICO page. YuTuCoin will be developed for platform deployment.
Gotcha.
So the head corporation is YouTubeopolis Inc. And we run YuTuCoin, but the full platform will be under the the brand name of YuTuCoin, and that's where the website will be and the exchange and all that cool stuff. So
awesome. Shawn, great chat. Thank you very much. We'll definitely be in touch, and I'll see you next time, bro.
Thank you very much, my friend. It was an absolute pleasure.
Oh yeah.
Good night, sir.